All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So my name is Anthony Mann. I'm CEO and founder of AM Open House. I know I've spoken to a lot of you guys and gals. So I just want to do a presentation for you today. We do these pretty much once a month, and what we do is we go over all the website features that we have. We do full demos of the app, and also I'll let you know any new features that we've brought to market this month. We have some really cool features that we added. We're actually waiting for app approval from Apple right now. For our newest version of the app, which is really cool. Added some nice sign-in features for you guys, which I'll go through as we get to the app portion of this demonstration. So let's go ahead and get started here. For those of you who don't know why I started this, basically it was founded and started out of necessity. I know there's other open house apps on the market. I'm in the real estate business. Find something that would enable me to use technology to make my life easier. All the apps that are out there are somewhat difficult to use. They don't sync with other systems. So I finally decided that I was going to develop something that made our lives easier. And AM Open House is the result of that. As we go through this presentation again, you'll get a lot of really cool features in here. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to just ask me in the chat box. I will answer them as soon as we're done with the presentation. I'll answer some more questions after I'm done with the demonstration of the app here. All right, so we are integrated with multiple CRMs. We try and add at least one or two CRMs every month. Currently, I believe we're integrated with 13 or 14 of them, and you can see them here. So it's Constant Contact and Taxfree, iExact Contact, Follow Up Boss, Salesforce, Property Base, Realty Juggler, Top Producer, Wise Agent, MailChimp, Insightly, and Relate IQ. Relate IQ is our newest one. We actually just did that last week. And we're actually working on an integration right now with another company as well. So we're hoping to have that launched to you guys in the next week or so. CRMs are really important for everybody's business. So if you're not using one, these are some great CRMs that are on the market. Definitely go ahead and check them out. If you have any questions about them, you can also feel free to email me. I'm always happy to give you my opinion on what might be best for you as well. So what this is here is this is the close open house email. So again, we're going to go through the app demo later, but when you close an open house, every person who comes to the open house gets an email that's customized from you. The email is going to come from your name, from your email, and it's going to be customized to the person that actually signed into the open house. So for instance, you can see it inputs the person's first name in here, it inputs the property address, and it also gives them some great links. These links are a single property website that we automatically generate for you. It's going to be school information that we provide from education.com. It's going to be neighborhood information that we provide from Yelp, and it's going to be a walk score which we provide from walkscore.com. Really simple, so it really makes a buyer feel like you really went over and beyond and giving them more information about this property just in case they liked it. This is a price change email. So a price change email is really cool. You can either change the price through the app or through our website. And when you change a price on a property, within 15 minutes, anybody who's ever signed into an open house on that specific property will get an email that looks exactly like this. It's going to just let them know that the price has been changed on the property. It's going to let them know the property address. We have added one link in here right below the paragraph of text. There's also a single property, or the single property website that we generate for you is also provided in there. So if they don't exactly remember which property it was, they can go ahead and click it, and they can go ahead and see which property it was that just got a price reduction. Again, really powerful feature, saves you guys a lot of follow-up time. So I'm going to go over the website here. I'm going to go through, the basic features of the website and kind of how to use it and what to do on them. And again, if you guys have questions on going through, just feel free to go ahead and ask. So the login button in the top right-hand corner of the website is going to use the same credentials as when you started using the app. So when you click that Get Started button, you put in your email address and your password. Always keep that in mind, and this will log you into our website as well. When you log into the website, it's going to bring you to this My Properties page. And the My Properties page is going to list out every property that you have. It's going to list out all the open houses, the sign-in, the ability to add more properties, the ability to edit properties, and if for any reason you want, also the ability to delete a property. It's also going to give you a link to a single property website here. So if you're not using another company to provide your single property websites, these single property websites come with the app and totally free for you to use. You can point people to them. And they're really cool and comprehensive. I'm going to show you an example of what they look like pretty shortly. So that's the first thing we're going to do is show you the single property website here. So the single property website is really cool. It's really powerful, and it provides the customers with a lot of information. So one of the things we recently did was we implemented a walk score integration. So instead of them having to click get walk score, we're actually going to provide it to them right as soon as they see the single property website. Just so you know, these websites are very mobile friendly as well. So if you go to them on your device, it compacts itself. It makes it look really nice on any of the devices. And you know, they're really powerful with the information that we provide. So you can have as many pictures as you want on these single property websites as well. And we also provide the links for education and neighborhood information as in the email. One of the other things we recently implemented as well is instead of them having to click the education link, we actually provide that information right on the site as well. So we limit that to only 5 of the nearest schools based on that zip code. And it gives them a really nice breakdown of what the schools are like in that area. Of course, we also provide property information, which is going to include bed, baths, interior square footage, lot size, and taxes, and of course, a description for the property. Under all this information, I'm just going to go back one slide here. Under all this information is also your information, and if you're working with a mortgage person, their information will be displayed there as well. Now, under the information for you and or your mortgage broker or banker, there's actually a mortgage calculator down there. So if someone wants to know what exactly this payment is going to be and how much it's going to cost them per month, it's a really interactive calculator. So for instance, on this property, I believe there's a $500,000 property and it's got $8,300 in taxes. So it calculates everything. You can change interest rates, you can change price, you can change down payment, and everything updates in real time, which is really nice for the buyer to be able to see, okay, this is what I can afford, this is what I want to pay, and they don't have to go to another site in order to find out that information. Next thing we're going to go over is the open houses from the website. So I'm just bringing you guys back to the My Properties page. And if you go ahead and click this open houses button, it will bring you to a list of all the open houses that you've done on that specific property. So there's a few things you can do here. As you can see on the left side, there's an all sign-in button. This all sign-ins button will actually break down every single person who signed into any of the open houses on this property. If you go to the right side of the screen and you just want to see who signed into a specific property, you can go ahead and click that sign-ins button right on the right side here. It'll give you a nice list of people, and it'll be really easy for you to manage and go through all the people that are signed into your open houses. All right, so let's actually see what that sign-in page is going to look like. So if you clicked the sign-in button, this is actually exactly what you'll see. So you'll see name, phone number, email address. You have the ability to send them email directly through the system. Again, when you send them email through the system, they automatically come from you, not from us. It also gives you the ability to download this as a CSV. So if you're not using a CRM of any sort and you just want a Excel sheet of all the people who signed into your open houses, you can go ahead and download that right here as well. Next thing I'm going to go over is how to add or edit a property. I'm going to show you an example of editing a property, but the add single property or add property is exactly the same. Obviously, the field just won't be filled in. You'll have to do that yourself. So from here, you can do a few things. You can obviously edit or add your photos. Again, you can add as many photos as you want. We really don't limit you to the amount of photos that you can enter into the system. Also, a really cool feature here is that, let's say you uploaded 10 photos and you want to change which one is your primary photo. You have 2 front pictures or a side picture, and you want that to be the primary picture on your property. All you're going to do is down where all these smaller images are is go ahead and click that, and at the bottom of the page, click the Save button. What that will do is it will make that picture your primary picture, so you don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about deleting anything and changing where they are. And you'll see the primary picture is always located in the top left corner of this single property page. All right, so I'm going to go through quickly how to integrate with a CRM. So the CRM syncing is really pretty simple. We basically break down for you exactly what information we need from you in order to sync to your currently working CRM. We also integrate with Constant Contact and MailChimp. We understand those aren't CRMs, they're email marketing campaign platforms. But it was important for us to integrate with those as well. Because, if you want to be sending monthly or weekly emails to every single person in your list, why don't you have access to be able to put them in there as well? So based on the information you need, you're going to input that. Make sure you click the auto sync button here. If you don't click that button, nothing will sync. And then click the Save Settings button. And it's really that simple. The system will take care of the rest from there. If you've never used a CRM before and you put in information here, click the auto sync button, click Save. Within 15 minutes, the system will automatically go ahead and transfer all the information over to your CRM. We also allow you to change CRMs at any time. So if you were working with, let's say, contextually, and then you went to follow-up boss, all you're going to do is put the information for the new CRM in, click the auto sync on the new one, uncheck the old one, and click save, and it will go ahead and send all the information to your new CRM for you. Ethan, yes, to your question, the slideshow will be available for download. We're also recording this webinar, so in case you click on probably by tomorrow, I'll be sending everybody a link so you guys can re-review this webinar as well. All right, so let me get to a demo of the app here. I'm just going to go ahead and close this presentation. I'm just going to share my desktop with you guys. Just give me one sec. All right, can you guys see that okay? And can you still hear me? I had an issue on the last webinar where some of the audio cut out when I did this, so I just want to make sure that's still working. Okay, fantastic. All right, so I'm basically just going to go into the AM Open House app here. Now, this part of the app isn't available just yet, but it should be available in the next few days. So you can see the Touch ID is now available. So if you have the new iPad Air 2 or you have an iPhone with Touch ID capability, you no longer have to keep signing in. All you can do is use your thumbprint or your fingerprint, whatever you're using, and it will automatically log you into the app. Really secure way to do this, and it really saves you a lot of time from having to log into the app here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to a single family property here. Now we have capability to work with every type of property, as you can see from this page. So we have commercial sales, commercial leases, townhouse, single family properties, rentals. Depending on the property type that you select, it will actually give you different fields. So for instance, if we went to new property and we wanted to do a condo co-op townhouse, it will give you fields like HOA fees, capital improvement charges. If you were doing a commercial sale, it'll ask you how many units are in the building, what's the total square footage. So depending on the type of property, you'll get some different questions in here. I'll just show you what it looks like to enter a residential property here. It's really simple. You're going to enter the address, the town, the state, zip code, price, bedrooms, bathrooms, lot size, tax, and square footage. This is also where you will enter your primary picture. Really important to make sure that you always have your primary picture available. This is what the system will use to share on social media, and it's also going to be the main picture on your single property website. So definitely make sure you go ahead and add that primary picture. All right, let me go back to this property that I was just in a second ago. So this is your main property detail page. Now, from here, you can do a few things. In the top left-hand corner, all right. Can you guys see the screen okay, or is it still just a black screen? Okay, I apologize about the audio issue, guys. We're trying to work with any meeting to get this corrected, doing our best with it. There's a bunch of people on the webinar right now, and unfortunately with the screen sharing going on, it does sometimes cut out. If you guys need me to repeat anything, just go ahead and ask me in the chat box, and I'll make sure to do that. Okay, so from this page, you can add more images and you can delete more images as well. And those are done by using those top two buttons on the screen. So if you click the Add More Images button, what it'll do is it will actually access your photos. And you can go ahead and select the photos that you want in here. And you can select as many photos as you want, and take that back. You can select up to 5 photos at a time, but you can keep coming back in here to upload more photos. So we're not going to limit you on the amount of photos. We're just going to limit you on the amount of photos you can upload at a time. We do that so in case there's any break in the internet connection, you don't have to go back in and select 30 or 40 pictures. You're just going to select 5 at a time. If you go to select 6, it will just give you an error saying you can only select 5 at a time. And all you're going to do is click the Done button in the top over here. So when you click the Done button, what happens is it will start to upload successfully, and you can see across the bottom of the iPad screen, it's actually loading in the pictures right now. So let's say I accidentally uploaded a picture that I didn't mean to. What I can do is click this Manage Image button, and it will actually bring up a list of all the pictures that are on this property. Now to delete an image, if I wanted to, I would simply just click it, and it will ask me if I'm sure I want to delete it, and I would just click OK. I'm not going to delete it for right now. I just want to show you guys about this rolling slideshow going on right here. So this is a really nice feature. So rolling slideshow, you can see all the pictures that are in here. Okay, below this a little bit, there's a few other things. So these are all the open houses that I've held on this property. They're broken down individually, so you can see who came to which open house and when. Now, there's two buttons on top of that. They say 12 have signed in and 5 have left feedback. So if you want to go ahead and see everybody who has signed into any of the open houses that you've ever held on this property, you can go ahead and do that from this page. So for instance, if I click this 12 have signed in, it's going to give me a list of everybody who signed into any of the open houses on this property. One of the other things that you can do from here is if you want to add notes to somebody or see what notes were added on this person, you can go click them. It'll bring you to the notes page, and as you can see, there's just a test note here. Now, if the person signed in with an agent, that information would also be on here. Let me see if I can find one with an agent here. There you go. So it'll look just like this, so you'll know who the person's agent was, and it's all synced right to them, right on in this one spot, which is really great and really easy to use. If you want to delete the note, go ahead and just click delete. If you want to add another note, click the plus sign in the top right-hand corner. It will give you the ability to add a note right there. I'm just going to go back to the property detail page. The 5 have left feedback button is actually our sign out feature. So this sign out's really great. All you're going to do is click this 5 have left feedback, and you can go ahead and see what people have said about the property when they signed out of the property. So let's go ahead and actually go into one of these open houses here. Let me go back one sec. Two more things I want to touch on this page. All the way at the bottom is the Add Open House button. To add an open house, you're just going to click that button, put in the title of your open house, date, time, and the type of open house that you want, whether it's consumer or broker open house. Just some small changes in the questions that will ask a broker, like what company are they with, what's their company address, and their brokerage phone number. Obviously, for a consumer, we don't need that type of information. The last thing I want to touch on is in the top right-hand corner of this page, there's actually an edit button. So this little square with a pencil on it, if you go ahead and click that, it will actually bring up all the proper details for this property. Now, this is also where you can change the price of the property. So if you went ahead and changed this property, let's say from $450,000 to $475,000, what will happen when you click submit at the bottom of the page here is it will email everybody who signed into any of the open houses on this property, and with that customized email that I showed you earlier. So it's a really cool feature. It's really easy to use, and it really saves you a lot of time. So let's go to the open house page. Now, this is what consumers or brokers will actually see when they come into your open house. So there's some really great features with the share button. So if I go ahead and click the share button here, what will happen is it will give me a list of all the available things that I can share this on. Now, make sure that you have if you want to be able to share your properties on these types of social media, you just have to download their respective apps. So in this case, we can share on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest through an email or a text message. Just to give you an example of how easy it is to share, I'm just going to go ahead and click the Twitter button. And from here, what it does is it pulls in the primary picture of the property, it pulls in the date of the open house, the time of the open house, and it pulls in the address of the property. So all you need to do is click the post button in the upper right-hand corner, and it will go ahead and post right to that. Now, in my case, I have two different apps. I have one for my business and one for my personal. So depending on which one I want to post on, I can go ahead and select that. So if I want to do this on my personal, I would go ahead and select my personal, click post, and it's done, and that's off into the Twitter sphere. I can go back in now from here, click the share button again, click Facebook, and it will go ahead and input all this information again. So if you could imagine, you can actually share this on 5 different avenues of your social media in just under a minute, which is great. You know, it allows you to really stay in front of everybody and let as many people as know possible that you're having an open house on this property. We'll go over how someone would actually sign into an open house here. So in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a sign-in button. So when you click that button, now you can click it and hand someone the iPad, or they can click it them. You can hand them the iPad and let them click it themselves. So from here, it's really simple. So we're just going to go ahead and sign me in. So it's going to be Anthony Buyer, and I'll go ahead and put my phone number in there. Put my email address in. Oops, should probably put a real email address. Okay, now these are the only 4 things that we require someone to answer. So after they've answered that, these three questions at the bottom, they don't have to answer. Usually they do, but it's not a requirement for them to do that. So how did you find out about the open house? We're going to give them a list on how they found out about it. So let's say they found out from Craigslist. Next question is, are you working with an agent? If they select no here, if they select no, nothing's actually going to happen except that we'll say no. If they do select yes, we're actually going to break it down and ask them for their agent information. Again, it will save as a note on the property. It's really nice, easy to use. And you pre-approve yes or no. They're going to go ahead and click the submit button. Really simply, it's going to return them right back to this page. Now, you can see from this page that now this has changed and it says one have signed in. So I can go ahead and I can click that one have signed in button, and I can see that I've just signed in to this property. Again, if I want to take some notes on this person or this client after they've left the house, I can go ahead and click them, and I can go ahead and add notes right to them from here. So just go back to the open house here. The other thing I want to touch on here is the sign out button. So when you click the sign out button, this is basically an instant feedback feature. So if you click open house client, it will give you a list of all the people who have signed into your open house. So in this case, it was Anthony Byer, and you can go ahead and either hand this to them and ask them to sign out of the property, or you can go ahead and just ask them these questions as they're walking through the property. So how would you rate the condition of the home? Gives them a drop-down list of 1 to 10. How do you think the home is priced correctly? Too high, too low, just right? Are you interested in seeing the home again during a private showing? Yes or no? And to provide any additional information. So maybe they want to bring, a relative back or children back, whatever it may be. They can go ahead and tell you anything they want right from this screen here. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this out real quick, and I'm going to click the submit button. As you can see, when you do that, it's going to return you again to the open house detail page, and you can see now that it says one have left feedback. So again, keeps all your information right here in one spot, and allows you to kind of work with it in real time. The two other buttons on this page here are this top right-hand corner, again, has this little edit button. So let's say you originally scheduled the open house from 1 to 2 o'clock, and your seller decided, they want it to be from 3 to 4 o'clock. You can go ahead and click this edit button in the top right-hand corner, and you can go ahead and edit your open house right in here. You click the submit button, and it will return you right to the page with the new and adjusted times. Sorry about that. I just clicked the back button twice on that. The last button on here is the close button. So when you click the close button, this is your end open house button, and this is what's going to tell the system to fire off those emails for you. So really simply, you click the close button, and that's if you're sure you want to end the open house, you click OK. Once you click the OK button, you'll notice some things happen to this page. So it's going to return you back to the My Properties page, but if you go back to the open house that we were just in, you can see there's no more close button, there's no more sign in button and sign out button. So there's no mistakes, in the case that you had another open house on the property. You can't have them sign in on this open house again, but it still allows you to go ahead and see who has previously signed in to this open house. So it's a really great feature. It's really simple to use. One of the last things I want to touch on here is the settings button at the bottom of the screen. So if you go ahead and click that settings button, this will actually give you all the information that you input into the system. So if you want to change your phone number or your web address, whatever it may be, you can go ahead and change it right on here. This is also where you'll be able to go ahead and choose a profile picture for yourself. So this is a headshot that will actually appear on your single property websites as well. So that's pretty much the presentation for today. Does anybody have any questions, or did I not go over anything? All right, it looks like I covered it pretty well. I'm going to stay on with you guys for another few minutes in case you do have any questions. Just feel free to ask away. I'm here to answer anything that you guys need. Hey, Mike, absolutely. If you're interested in doing a presentation for your office, I could certainly do that. Certainly not an issue. Do me a favor and just go ahead and email me at anthony@amopenhouse.com. I'm just putting it in the chat box for you now, so you can go ahead and just click that. So photos can be added from the computer tug. That's going to be in the add edit on the website. So let me just actually pull up this presentation again for you. Just give me one sec. I'm just going to hop through this for a second and just show you where that would be. So right on this page, on this Edit Properties page, is where you would go ahead and upload photos right from your computer. Philip, I see you're asking for an optimal picture size. We really don't have an optimal picture size. The system actually goes ahead and reformats the picture for you. If you want, I can certainly go ahead and find out exactly what the dimensions of the photo are, so it'll display really nicely for you. Again, if you can just shoot me an email, I'll certainly get that done for you in the next day or so. So single property websites are really simple. They look, let's see, where was that? They look just like this. You know what I'll do? Let me actually hop back. I'm going to share my desktop with you guys again. Hold on just one sec. What I'll do, let me get my iPad out of here, is let me take you live to a single property website that I actually have. Let's see. Okay, so this is exactly what a single property website looks like. So again, this is just a demo property. It's just in Manhattan. So you can see the walk score is really high because it's in the city of New York. It's going to provide all this information. Now, you know, this actually isn't a good example because it doesn't have any, education information for you on that. All right, just let me know when it actually does pop up. Hey, Michael, I see that you asked, I don't know if it was Michael, sorry. Yeah, Mike, can we integrate with a company serum for Berkshire Hathaway? Depending on what system you're using, we can certainly get it done. I would just need some more information about the system. Go ahead and, just shoot me an email and just let me know what system you guys are using, and I'd be glad to get that done. All right, so it's still beautiful sun, just not there yet. All right, let me pause the sharing. Let me resume it. How about now? Is that working better for you, Tug? Okay, let me stop the screen sharing entirely. Philip, yeah, we're actually working on a platform right now where what you'll be able to do is you'll actually be able, if you have an MLS that has an RETS feed, what you'll be able to do is put in your login credentials and it will automatically input your information. We've been working on this for about 45 days now. We're hoping to have it out in the next week or two. Okay, great. So Tug, you're seeing a picture with the red roof. That's great. Sorry, Philip. So we're hoping to have that out in the next week or two. And as soon as it does launch, we're certainly going to let you guys know about it. It's going to be great. You won't even have to, input your properties. The system will do everything for you. Okay, great, Tug. So this is pretty much exactly what the single property website will look like. So as you can see scrolling down, there's a few things you can do here. You can, go through pictures by selecting this. And again, these are just fake property pictures. This is just a demo website. All your information is here: description, beds, baths, interior square footage, lot size, taxes. You can see all the school information right down here. And there's me and my information there. As you continue to scroll down, you can see your mortgage calculator and you can see your payment breakdown here. Now, like I said before, this is a totally live mortgage calculator. So let's say I'm a buyer and I put in $250,000. We'll go ahead and adjust all my payment information there on the spot. So again, really powerful, really easy to use. And just as an example, obviously I'm not going to pull up my phone here, but if you could see, what I'll do is I'll make this screen really, really small. So basically what you can see here is what this would look like on a tablet device. So again, it's going to be a nice little, mobile-friendly site. It's really, really easy to use, and people are actually loving it, especially the mortgage calculator on here. They don't have to go to different websites to get a lot of information. All right. Anybody else have any questions? How many users do we have, or how many users can you have? Sorry, Mike, that was directed to you, Mike. Sorry. We have quite a few thousand users already in the system. We just launched back in July of 2014. We have been to 3 conferences since, and we're also going to be at Inman Connect New York. So if anybody's going, definitely come stop by, come see me, come say hi. We're at booth F9. If you're going to be there, I would love to meet you. Realtor to consumer ratio. We have pretty much all of our users. When I tell you users, it's only realtors. We do have a number of customer sign-ins, but we don't provide that information to anybody. That's something that we keep just for us. But we have quite a few thousand realtors using the system. Yeah, Tug, everything about the app is totally free. Everything I showed you today is totally free. Not a problem. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. All right. If anybody has any other questions, I'll be here for another 5 minutes or so. Thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate it. We're really excited with how quickly we've been growing, and we've got an amazing response from the realtor community. I think it was nice being a realtor and designing a product for us. It really gave really inside insight as to what I wanted as a realtor and what I know other realtors want. So I think we came out with a really great product for everybody to be able to use. No problem, Philip. Anytime. We do these about once a month. So if you guys do want to come back or you want to ask any additional questions, of course you could always email me. You'll get a much quicker answer than waiting a full month. Hey, Mike, absolutely. I don't think that should be an issue. I can definitely, what I'll do is I will shoot all of you an email. That way, everybody can kind of collaborate and communicate. Everybody using the app, I think that would be fantastic. That's great. I'll definitely shoot you Tug's information. Tug, he's just saying that he has a house in Indiana and he would like to network with you. So I'll definitely, hook you guys up and see if you guys can make something happen together. Joel, yes, the app in the App Store is AM Open House. Just go ahead and you can hop on the App Store. The easier way to do it, if you want, is go on your mobile device and go to our website, amopenhouse.com. And there's 2 buttons there, one for the Google Play Store and one for the iOS Store. And you can go ahead and just click it and it will take you right to the app. Have a good one, Mike. All right, gentlemen and ladies, thank you very, very much for attending the webinar. If you do have any questions, again, please feel free to email me. I'm constantly checking my email. I do answer them personally. You're not going to get it from an assistant or a marketing person or anything like that. I will respond to you personally. And thank you guys very much for using this app and for being a part of this webinar today. And I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend and good luck with all your open houses. Thank you again, and I'll talk to you all soon.